Okay, so this is to answer task number 3 in the May-June 2018 9626 exam. So this is the JavaScript part of the exam, and basically you are required to make a couple of different images appear that you created earlier, a blue balloon, green balloon and red balloon, depending on the button that's clicked. They also give you most of the JavaScript and HTML file, which I'm going to open in brackets. Okay, now the first thing we want to do is we want to create a live preview of it. So we click this little live preview button at the top. Kind of looks like Harry Potter's lightning bolt the wrong way around. I'm just going to minus that down for now. The reason we open that up is every time I press Control S, as in save, it's going to reload for us and it will give us a live preview in the middle here of what we're doing. So first things first, you want to have a quick scan through the code, because most of the time they give you a couple of hints and tips. In this case they've said that JavaScript, you need to change the source of an image, complete the example by entering the code to display the correct color balloon in the cell when each button is clicked. They've kind of led you up a garden path, and we've just got to open that door now. So once you have a look at it and you can compare it to what we're doing on the right here, you can see kind of makes sense. They've got buttons, green, red, green, blue, and basically they're saying this part of the text is identified by the balloon. This is the ID. So we're going to call a function that basically looks for balloon, and then we're going to say, and inside that table, I want you to look for the part that says show red. So first things first, what we're going to do is just below all of the code we've done so far, we're going to open up script, and it already closes it for me as well. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a function. And as I said before, we're going to call it show red. Then we drop down a line and we're going to open up our curly brackets. These curly brackets basically say, pay attention to everything in the following curly brackets. Got to remember that JavaScript is really, really stupid, so we have to say to it, this is what I want you to pay attention to. So now we've opened up these brackets, we can type document.get element by ID, and the rest is pretty much done for us, and it tells us how to use it if you're using brackets. So I'm going to click that, and it does say to open up the brackets there. So I'm going to open up my brackets, and I'm going to put speech marks, show red. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to type in balloon. Got myself confused there. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to type .src, which means source, and then I'm going to put equals, and I'm just going to put red balloon.png. Now I know mine's redballoon.png, yours might not be the same. So go into your folder and just double check you've named it that. Okay, so now what I've just typed is linked to this red balloon. So I'm going to go back to my code. I'm now going to press Control S, and I'm going to have a look at my live preview. I'm hoping that when I click on red, it should load up a red balloon, and it does. Now you'll notice that the size of this box has changed, and green and blue obviously don't work because I've not told JavaScript to do anything yet. Now, I noticed this problem straight away. It might take a couple of you a little bit of time to notice, but even when I refresh this, it still says here I've got ID equals balloon dash placeholder, which basically means that we've got a broken image and it's trying to give you the alternative ID. So the quickest way around this really is to pretty much just open this in Paint. I'm then going to press Control A, and I'm going to press delete. I'm now going to go File, Save As, and I'm just going to save this as a blank image. I need to save it in the correct place. And there we go, make sure it's a PNG. Okay, now I'm going to go back into brackets, and where it says img source up here, I'm going to type blank, and look, it's already worked out what I want. So I'm going to click on that. I'm now going to press save, and I'm going to reload this. And I can see that that's now gone blank. If I click red, it all stays the same size. Now, this is the beauty, copy, paste. Okay, I'm just going to make mine look a bit neater. I'm now going to change this to show green, element by balloon, and I'm going to change this to green. Make sure you've got the name of your files correct. Yours might be different, in which case type the correct name in. I'm then going to go down a line, and I'm going to paste again, and I'm going to change this to blue. Make sure you get the capitals correct, and I'm going to change this to blue. I'm going to press save, and let's give this a shot. Red, green, blue. Perfect. You would then put comments in here. So remember, comments in JavaScript are //. I was going to say insert the text, but I may as well say what it does. This is to open the red balloon image I made earlier. And I'm going to say something like, it looks for the ID balloon, and then specifically within that, it looks for show red. We have then made a function to click the balloon, click the button red, and give us a red balloon. Guess what I'm going to do? That's right, I'm going to copy paste because I like shortcuts. Make sure you go through, change this to green, and show green, and green, and green. Now, if you know how to do this part of the exam, it's kind of simple, but if you don't, it's an absolute minefield, and it does take a lot of practice. People that are good at JavaScript will be looking at this and be going like, yes, rubbing my hands together. I can do this really, really quickly and really, really simply, and that's brilliant. If you don't know how to do it, it takes a lot of practice, and there's tiny little things that can go wrong. I do want to quickly show you the mark scheme, because you can still get a lot of marks. In fact, you only drop a couple of marks if you don't get it working. So if you go down to task 3, here we go. This one, you only get a few results. This one's only for results. You lose 1 mark if you don't get it there, 1 mark there, and 1 mark there, and 1 mark there, and 1 mark there. Other than that, you can still get pretty much all of these marks, which I think is pretty fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 marks out of 20, even if you don't have your code working. So don't lose too much confidence if it doesn't work first time. Definitely go through and just give it a shot anyway. I'm now just going to enter some code here. Remember, the comment for HTML is slightly different, so we go exclamation mark dash dash, and now I enter my code. And when I finished it, oh, there we go. I forgot to do my little arrow. This is how you enter your code here. In this one, you're just going to say that is the same size as the other images. This means that formatting stays the same and it's blank to begin. That's all we changed, so I think that's probably all the comments you need to put in. I'm now going to press Ctrl S, save it. I'm going to look at my live preview, make sure it still works, which it does. Okay, good luck guys.